Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video like up. The week of July 21st to 25th in Genoa City promises seismic shifts, shattered alliances, and secrets that refuse to stay buried. What starts as a whisper grows into a full-blown storm that will touch every corner of town. Business, romance, family, and revenge are all colliding in spectacular fashion. The week begins with Jack Abbott waking up to the weight of betrayal. Billy, his brother, his business partner, and for so long his biggest liability, has done the unthinkable. In a cold, calculated move, Billy walks away from a multi-million-dollar media deal, leaving Jack alone to deal with the wreckage. The Abbott family legacy, once rock solid, is now cracked down the middle. And Jack? He's furious, but behind that rage is a profound sense of heartbreak. The sense that, yet again, family has failed him. And this time, it may be irreparable. Elsewhere in the city, Kyle Abbott is on the verge of his own emotional implosion. Having danced far too long on the edge of temptation with Audra Charles, Kyle finally snaps. He confronts Audra in a private moment, pulling back the veil of seduction and strategy that has defined their twisted bond. What he reveals to her, what he finally says out loud, is that he knows she's been playing both sides. She's in too deep with Victor Newman, and Kyle is done being the pawn. The confrontation is heated, intimate, and dangerous. The kind of confrontation that might end in either a kiss or a catastrophe. While Kyle and Jack deal with internal explosions, over in France, Newman and Sharon find themselves locked in a gilded cage. Under what was supposed to be protective custody, they are being held in a remote estate while a murder investigation plays out. The murder of Damian, a name that has haunted Nick for weeks, now looms large over both their heads. Nick has a plan to escape, but Sharon, ever the voice of reason, urges caution. Unfortunately, danger doesn't wait for logic. When Nick attempts to pull off a risky exit, everything goes sideways. Not only does his plan fail, but it opens the door for their captors to impose even tighter restrictions. For Nick, the cost of freedom may be Sharon's safety, and that's a line he might not be willing to cross. Meanwhile, back in Genoa City, Phyllis senses the shifting tide and makes her move. She's survived worse than this: public disgrace, jail time, heartbreak, but now she's playing the long game. She sidles up to Kane Ashby, not out of affection, but necessity. She knows Kane is vulnerable. He's being eyed as a suspect in Damian's death, and the pressure is mounting. Phyllis offers him a lifeline, but at a cost. She's not helping him for free. In fact, if Kane can't deliver what she wants, she might be the one to hand him over to the authorities. That's the game Phyllis plays. Always one step ahead. Always watching for the moment someone else strips. Lily Winters, Kane's ex and a woman trying desperately to keep her own house in order, is having none of it. She confronts Phyllis in a fiery confrontation that turns heads at society. Words are exchanged, threats are implied, and for a moment, it feels like these two women, both formidable in their own ways, might go to war. Lily is done being polite. She's done protecting reputations. She wants truth, justice, and she wants Kane out of this mess before it swallows him whole. As tensions rise in every direction, Victor Newman intensifies his control from the shadows. He pulls Audra in for a private meeting, where the charm is gone and only icy expectations remain. He wants results, not excuses. Audra swore she could manage Kyle, keep him close, get information, and now Victor wants to know what she's hiding. Is she losing her grip? Has she gone rogue? Audra realizes too late that when you make a deal with Victor Newman, there's no such thing as second chances. You either deliver or disappear. Midweek brings a revelation. Kyle, struggling with guilt and unsure of where to turn, confides everything to Nikki Newman. He tells her about the deal Victor made with Audra, about the manipulations, the lies, and the growing danger. Nikki is shocked, disgusted, and worst of all, unsure if she has the power to stop Victor's game before someone she loves gets hurt. For Nikki, the week becomes a gauntlet. Her loyalties are torn between husband, grandson, and the truth. Amanda Sinclair, usually the calm in any storm, finds herself in an impossible position. Kane comes to her with suspicions. He believes someone tampered with digital evidence tied to Damian's last known whereabouts. He suspects Amanda may have had access. She's offended, but not shocked. In Genoa City, suspicion is as natural as breathing. Still, Amanda knows that even a whiff of wrongdoing could destroy her career and everything she's built. She has to choose between defending herself or investigating the very people she thought were allies. Thursday opens with a shift. Chance Chancellor teams up with Victor, an uneasy alliance born of necessity. Together, they interrogate Carter, a mysterious figure who may know more about Damian's final hours than anyone has let on. Carter's demeanor is smug, slippery, and frustrating. He talks in circles, dodges questions, and refuses to be cornered. But Chance sees through it. There's something there. Something Carter's terrified of revealing. Elsewhere, Jack and Billy meet again, this time with finality in the air. Jack has made his decision. He's going to go ahead with the deal, even without Billy's support. The rift between the brothers is now official. Cold. Corporate. Billy walks away with a clenched jaw, while Jack stands firm, but broken. Their partnership may never recover. And Jill, watching from afar, is left wondering if she should step in, or let her sons learn the hard way. On Friday, Genoa City practically vibrates with secrets ready to erupt. Victor, no longer content to pull strings quietly, steps into the spotlight. He calls a meeting of power players, Audra, Nikki, Nate, and Kyle, and lays down a new set of rules. No more freelancing. No more personal agendas. He's taking control, and those who don't comply will be left behind. Audra feels the noose tighten. Kyle begins plotting his exit. Nikki, ever the strategist, begins preparing a backup plan, and then there's Sharon. Alone in a foreign land, isolated and running out of options. After Nick's failed escape, she's had enough. She demands answers. She pushes their captors harder than ever before. And what she discovers shakes her to the core. There's someone inside the investigation working to frame Nick. Someone from Genoa City. And worse, they're using Victor's name to do it. As the week draws to a close, Billy makes a surprising move, reaching out to Sally Spectra. Once enemies, now allies, they team up to protect someone both of them have come to care about, Chelsea. She's been quiet lately, too quiet. And Billy suspects she knows something about Damian's death, or perhaps the cover-up that followed. Sally agrees to help, not because she trusts Billy, but because she knows that in Genoa City, you don't survive by staying neutral. And in the final moments of Friday's episode, Newman receives an anonymous message. No name. No signature. Just a short sentence that chills her to her core: the next body is yours. Fade to black. Themes for the week: betrayal versus loyalty. Everyone is questioning who they can trust. From Kyle and Audra's implosion to Phyllis and Kane's uneasy alliance, the line between friend and foe is razor thin. Power and control. Victor's reach extends everywhere, but it may have gone too far. With Chance, Nikki, and even Kyle turning against him, his empire could crumble. Justice and redemption. With the Damian murder case dominating headlines, characters like Nick, Sharon, Kane, and Amanda are all seeking justice, but what they find may be something darker. Family fractures. From the Abbott brothers' feud to the Newman family's internal war, Genoa City's most powerful families are imploding from the inside out. What comes next? The week of July 21st to 25th will mark a turning point in the young and the restless, a week where loyalties shift, secrets spill, and the very fabric of Genoa City changes forever. Some will fall. Some will rise. And one major character will not survive the fallout. As the summer sun scorches overhead, the heat in Genoa City is only just beginning. So buckle up, fans. Because the storm has arrived, and no one gets out untouched.